I would now like to request Honorable Barrister Maleeka Bokhari, the champion behind all this work, Parliamentary Secretary, Ministry for Law and Justice, member of the National Assembly, to grace the occasion with her closing remarks. She's a patron of this collaborative action for increasing women's representation in law. Mrs. Bokhari is the pioneer of progressive legislation for women's rights, including the anti-rape laws. Over to you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you very much for your kind introduction. I'd just like to begin by saying that it's an honor and privilege to be speaking here today. And I think it's a great historic moment for Pakistan as a country, because we are hosting the first Women in Law Awards that our country has seen. We're finally formally celebrating women's achievements in the legal profession, whether they are lawyers, academics, law students. So it's a great moment for me personally as a public office holder. And it's very refreshing as well, I think, because I always find myself alone as a woman in a room full of men. And finally, I'm in a room full of women. So it's a great moment, and it's very refreshing for me as a public office holder. You know, the issue of women's representation clearly is very close to my heart. I'm a woman parliamentarian, and as a political activist, as a gender equality activist, as a lawyer, I have gone through many stages personally to be where I am today. Holding public office comes at a huge personal and professional cost to women. It's a huge challenge, but we must always be present in Parliament. And I would like to echo what the last speaker said. You know, she talked about how women judges, whether it is Baroness Hale from the UK, whether it is Justice Ginsburg in the United States, whether it's Justice Nasra Iqbal, who is present here today, honored to be speaking in your presence, ma'am, and whether it is Justice Aisha Malik. They have a huge contribution to make to the legal profession. They bring that absent gendered lens that is missing when men pronounce judgments. Not that they can't do it well, they can. They do it very well. But I think if we have a woman's perspective, it changes the dynamics of the judgment, as the speaker highlighted. And it is very important that we have women represented at all levels of the legal profession. The numbers have been documented in the baseline study that was conducted, and NIDA has, and Group Development Pakistan has compiled that. And we know that women are not adequately and equally represented in the legal profession. We comprise half of Pakistan, but that doesn't equate or adequately be represented in the numbers as judges, as prosecutors, as advocates, as any other duty bearers, as police officers. And we unfortunately missed a very important opportunity to nominate the first woman Supreme Court judge for Pakistan. And I think that was, from my perspective as a woman lawyer and a parliamentarian, a black day for Pakistan, because the Judicial Commission of Pakistan did not perform the duty that was entrusted to them. This may be my personal opinion, but I think we missed an opportune moment. It is nice to see that we now have a female nominated as judge in the Islamabad High Court, and we have women judges in other courts of Pakistan, in the lower judiciary and in the High Court, but it's a missed opportunity. And I hope that matter is not settled and put away, and that we finally and very soon have our own woman Supreme Court judge, which is essential for our country. Moving forward, I would like to speak a little bit about the great submissions that were done by all the authors that are sitting here today. Many congratulations to all of you. You did a tremendous job. You know, I always reiterate at the Law Ministry, when the Law Minister and I debate on the quality of women lawyers, you know, that these women lawyers are invisible. They're there, they're bright, they're brilliant, they're strong, they are brave, they're committed, and they're a complete great addition to the legal profession. Just that we don't see them, we never talk about them. And I still remember the day when Nida and I and Valerie and Anisa Agha, I think she's also somewhere here today. We spoke. We had a small huddle, and we spoke about the importance of visibility of women lawyers. We had a very interesting debate with the law minister, which I will not tell you all about today. But the gist of it was that we don't have enough good female lawyers in Pakistan. And I say, Nida, we must tell the law minister that we have brilliant female lawyers in Pakistan. We just don't talk about them enough. And therefore, we now have a portal dedicated to highlighting women lawyers. We now have our very own gender and diversity journal, which documents the work of great female practitioners. And I think this is going to go a long way for our country. Even if Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf is not in government, we have ensured that the Ministry of Law and Justice and whoever is the law minister continues this very important initiative every single year, because it is much needed in our country and something that must take place on a yearly basis. So very happy to be doing this here today. Congratulations to all of you for the work that you do. And I very much look forward to the Women in Law Awards. It's a much awaited awards ceremony. It's taken a lot of hard work by the people who were involved in it. Nida, of course, Valerie Khan, Anisa Agha, and the Ministry of Law and Justice just supported the initiative. And we're very proud partners of the Women in Law Awards and the Diversity and Inclusion Symposium. I'd just like to leave a thought with all of you that, being represented and at all levels of the legal profession, I can relate to the fact that it's a tough journey. But it's a journey that all of us must make. It's a journey that is very important, from a personal perspective, and I always talk about my personal journey. It's been very difficult, it's been tough. This morning when I was preparing for this symposium, my mother was being treated for cancer in a hospital. I was talking to my son on the phone to ensure that he studies for his exams. And we were trying to also debate the NAB law amendments in the ministry, the Standing Committee for Law and Justice. So it's a lot of invisible work that women do behind the scenes. It doesn't matter whether you're the Prime Minister of Pakistan or you're the Law Minister or you're the Parliamentary Secretary or you're an advocate or a justice. There's a lot of invisible workload that women undertake. And that's a real barrier to them achieving the level that men sometimes do, with no hidden barriers at all, no extra commitments, no additional workload. So yes, many obstacles, many challenges, but women have done it before us. We have Justice Nasra Iqbal here sitting here today. She's done it before us. We have judges in the High Court who are doing it. We've had a female Prime Minister. We've had only one federal law minister. I hope we have more in the future. We've never had an Attorney General for Pakistan that is a woman. And we've portfolios that are given to women in the cabinet are generally portfolios that seem to be good for women or more women-like. So we never have had a woman finance minister at the federal level, I think, or a woman defense minister, a woman minister for interior. So we have to progress as a nation, but we are. There is good news. Representation is increasing. So congratulations to all of you. I'd like to leave you with that note of hope and look forward to seeing you all at the award ceremony. Thank you very much.